everyone. This is Corine LaFoy, your favorite radio host, your only radio host, and favorite girl, of course, broadcasting to you from the lovely island of Trinidad and Tobago in the Caribbean on Between the Lines. And you know how we do it here on Between the Lines? Always with gratitude and thankfulness. I'm thankful to be here. I'm thankful to spread another message, whatever that message may be for you. I hope you walk away with something good, yeah, that you can also pass on to others. Yeah, life is too short, right, people? So we have Donna. Is it Hagstrom? Am I saying it right? Or Hagstrom? Hagstrom.
It it's Hagstrom.
Good, good, good. I always do well on the first. Very good. Thank you. So Dana, Dana is here with us, and let me tell you a bit about what we're talking about today. Rest and refuel. I don't know. We're going to find out how to rest and refuel, especially after that hectic 2 years and still going of the pandemic and going into 2022. We need to know why we need to rest and refuel, right? And let me tell you a bit about Dana. So when Dana retired from a 30 plus year career as a paralegal, she and her husband began a new chapter, as we all should. They have co-created Your Pathway to Profit, an all-inclusive online business building system. Dana is good at turning passion into profit and help others find the gold mines hidden within. Dana is publishing a devotional book series, speaks on stages around the world, and has been a missionary, all while living in the Caribbean, Mexico. She also freelances as a copywriter. And a little bit later, once we get a bit of time in, we will feature her website. As you know, we do it here. So welcome officially, Dana, to Between the Lines.
Well, thanks for coming. It's good to be here. It's good to be here
It's,
today.
it's good to have you. I like your top. It's nice.
Oh, thank you. It's
Ye-
favorite colors. I love pink and purple.
Yes, and it sort of matches your name, the color that your name is in on the screen.
There you go.
Yes, you worked it out. You were spying on me. That's what you were. So, Dana, we're here today and we're talking about rest and refuel. And especially coming out from the pandemic and coasting into 2022. Why do we need to rest and refuel? What do you mean by that? Because a lot of people have been frantically, I don't know, they're not even resting and they're not refueling. They're just like, the hamster on the wheel. And especially with the pandemic, things were all over the place. People didn't know what to do, how to do, when to do, why to do, who they were, what they were. So why rest and refuel?
Well, first of all, our bodies need that. Our bodies do require some rest. And when I mean by refuel is just to make sure that you're doing the things you should be doing for your life, for what makes you happy, for what helps other people, whatever. Because we only get this one life here. We get this one body, so we need to take the best care of it that we can. And
Yeah.
I know from a busy, 30 plus year career of, working full time. And then, my husband was a pastor. So I was, a pastor's wife, and that requires a whole bunch of stuff, not to mention the mother of 4 kids. You know, how do you balance it all? And I remember, people saying, how do you do it? And I'm not sure. The Holy Spirit was pretty helpful there through most of my career and still is. But I think we need to be intentional about finding that time of rest. Because if we're not intentional about it, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Especially if we're higher energy people and we're constantly on the move.
Yeah.
And then the pandemic happens, and then what? We get used to our little routines, and then they're totally, turned upside down.
Mm-hmm.
And so then we've been so busy over these last 2 years trying to figure out, well, how do we redefine our lives to live in this quote unquote new normal? And apologize for my microphone; it keeps wanting to go into my mouth. So
It needs to be refueled. Now, I
yeah,
could answer that. I could answer that question about being the mother, the wife, the pastor's wife. Doing the 30 years plus. I could answer that question. It's a special gift that God has given women to be able to do all the things we do. I don't know of a man that is capable. I haven't met one yet. I guess they're out there, but I know for sure in all women, I don't know about men, but I know for sure. I don't even need to do a scientific study. I don't need to take a sample. In all women, it is inherent. I don't think he sprinkled it. I think he threw it in us when he was making us. And he said, woman, this is what you will be built for. I think this is, now that I talk about it, I think when he saw Adam and he made Adam, he realized, oops, I needed to do something to fix this. And so, woman, you're going to be the rock for this man. Not the other
Yes.
way around, but you're going to be the rock. I realized it was my first time. And so I made man first. And so, now that I've done it and he's living and breathing, I realized, second time around, I need to get this thing right. And so I did everything for women. So I have the answer for you. Do you agree with that answer, Dana?
Well, it makes sense for sure.
Yes,
For
yes,
sure.
for
Because you're right.
sure.
I know so many women that are just amazing at what they can accomplish, and men are too in their own way. But, they have their own brilliance. But can they do as many things and get as many things done as we do? I don't
Yeah.
think so. I
Yeah,
think you're
and I,
right
and I
there.
like how you put it politically correct. Men have their own brilliance.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, I'll agree with you on that and nod and smile. Yeah. They do. I love them. They do, and you're absolutely correct.
Yeah,
But we tend, if we're talking about rest and refuel, it's the one thing that women don't tend to do.
that's right.
Rest and refuel. Because that responsibility, if you want to call it that, or that gift was placed into us from God, because I know we didn't put it in ourselves, so because it's inherent.
Yeah,
Um, we don't know to stop to self care because we are always identifying ourselves based on the achievements of these things. It's like if and it comes at us. You know that, Dana. If we fall short just a little, or we sleep an extra hour, or take a half an hour rest, or eat lunch for an extra 15 minutes, or we didn't, or we didn't bake as we normally do on a Sunday, or something, or we got up late, 15 minutes late. It's like, how dare you, woman? You
yeah,
know?
yeah. We
So
don't
we
give
are,
ourselves we don't give ourselves a lot of leeway, and I think you know in this season of life that I'm in now, where I'm retired from my full time job and all of those other things, I've got plenty of things on my plate still,
yeah,
but
yeah,
I see the value in the rest. I see the value in taking time to refuel and to make sure that I'm the best that I can be. Because
yeah,
there'll come a time when we're hit a wall. No matter how awesome we are, we're going to hit a wall. And when we do, we don't necessarily know how to handle that either.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
so why not, prepare ourselves better so that we never hit that wall.
Yeah. And if we don't refuel, it's just like a vehicle. If you don't take care of this one body you have, one spirit, one everything, how can you continue to give the best of yourself? You have to take time to self care, self love, and like you say, refuel. Pour
Yeah,
into yourself in order to pour into others. If you keep pouring out of an empty vessel, there's nothing there. You
that's right.
need a full vessel in order to pour from, and you don't even want to be pouring from the vessel. What you want to be doing is the extra is what you're giving to people, the excess, not from the vessel itself. You
Right.
don't want to be
Right.
dipping from the vessel. You want the overflow to be giving people. But this is awesome, Dana, because women, I want us to slow down. I think for me the message, I don't know if you agree with this, is to slow down. The pandemic has forced us to slow down, some of us, and just smell the roses, appreciate what really life is meant to be, the abundance of life, the joy of life. Just slow down appreciate conversations, appreciate just quality time, even though there's no words coming out of your mouth. Just quality time sitting with someone or sitting in your garden or visiting a friend or calling up somebody. It doesn't have to be a spa or spend a lot of money or anything. It's a little things, Dana.
It's right. It's right. And you know, if folks are wondering, well, how do I get started with that? I think I like to talk about the plan formula that I work with when I'm working with people on getting their time back, you know, taking their time back. We use the
Hmm.
plan formula. It's an acronym, and the P,
Hmm.
excuse me, God, the P stands for,
I'm hearing you. It's good.
okay, all right, it just keeps going in my mouth. The P is for, um, oh gosh, I'm losing it there. I'm gonna have to skip the P for a second. But the L is leisure. It's because we've been talking about, you know, resting and refuel. I was so focused on the L of plan, but it's leisure. And that's to find something each day that you can do to be resting. To what
Mhm.
is leisure for you? Is it taking a bubble bath? Is it reading a book?
That's
Is it watching
right.
Netflix or something? But make sure there's
Yes.
something every day in your plan that is leisure. And
Pour in
along
a
this,
glass of wine, Dana.
there you
Pour in
go.
yourself a glass of wine. You don't
There you
need
go.
company for that. You don't need company.
Nope.
Pour yourself a glass of wine and
Yep.
sip it.
Yep. And the A, that's the other one that I think is so important is for achievement or
Mm,
something that you want to get better at. How many
yeah.
times do we think, oh, someday, like my husband and I,
One
someday
of these
we'll learn
days.
how to salsa dance. We've been wanting to take salsa dancing lessons for a long time, but we keep putting it off, putting it off, putting it off.
Mm,
Well, what is that for you? So that's an
mm-hmm,
achievement. Maybe it's taking a course or something, but work something into each day that's a
mm-hmm,
little that's feeding you, fueling you, and so that will be good. And then the N is for neat, to make your environment neat. You know, maybe you've got a closet that's crazy packed, or maybe a junk
clutter
drawer
free.
that's going,
Clutter free.
yeah, clean it up. Clean it up.
Yeah.
Make yourself do that in a day. Take, 10 minutes and do something to clean up your environment. And
Mm-hmm.
that's another great way where you can feel good about resting and also, feel energized, refueled by cleaning up your environment.
Dana, you know when you're cleaning up one of those little spaces, you find the things you were looking for years.
I know. It is so
You know?
true.
And
It
you're like,
is.
who the hell put it there? Who the hell put it
That's
there?
right. That's right.
Or even memories. I might see a photo of me and Dana back in Mexico sipping on a margarita. And I'll be like, oh my God, I need to call up Dana. This brings back so much memories. You
Yeah.
don't know. You don't know. But let's hop
No.
on to P because we kind of skipped the P. What
I
was
did
P?
skip the P is to plan 3 things you need to do and prioritize them. So
Nice.
don't try to do 100 things in a day because you'll fail. Pick three. Pick three. So P can be pick three, or it can be plan, or it can be prioritize
Prioritize.
three. But make sure you have 3 things that you know you're going to get done.
Hmm.
And then be intentional about that.
I love that. I don't think even Superman with an S on his chest was able to do 100 things in a day. I mean, he had to
No.
make a choice, you know?
Yeah.
Even when somebody was yelling his name over in the north and people are calling him in the south, he was like, hmm, he had to make a choice. Yeah. So, I mean, we don't have an S on our chest yet. I don't think, but but we are behaving like we're superheroes, okay?
Yeah.
Especially the woman. And
Yeah.
for the men out there, I don't want to leave them out. There are men who are superheroes, and I really congratulate them on that. And I really want to commend those men who are superheroes in their families, in their own lives. We each need to take the time out to rest and refuel in order to be best together. If you don't
Yes.
do it individually, you cannot be best together. I want to hop over to your website,
Okay.
Dana. Let me see if I can do that quickly so that you can tell me. what you would like featured here. Are you seeing that?
Yes, I am. And
Mm-hmm.
that's my adoring husband David, and together, we help people that are getting started with online businesses.
Mm-hmm.
And so what you're seeing here, this is, if you click to download that, that will help
Mm-hmm.
you make a lead magnet. That will give
Okay.
you the exact framework that you need to attract those leads to you. So
Okay.
that's our free gift to you. If you
Nice.
scroll down on the page, you just start to see, some of what people have said. But at the bottom, there's a place where you can click blog. And if anybody likes to consume content, I love to write. You heard earlier that I'm a copywriter, freelance copywriter, but the blog has a whole, oh my gosh, bunch of stuff. If you're an online marketer and want to know some stuff, I don't know how many articles are out there now, but you can search on those. And
Mm-hmm.
I think my favorite one, or one of my favorites, is this one we just published on goal setting, because
Okay.
that is so important when we're wanting to rest and refuel. Knowing what we're doing. So make every year your best year ever. And so in that article, there's an opportunity to also download a goal setting worksheet. So there's all
Nice.
sorts of, every article has some sort of a gift in it
Yes.
that will help
Awesome.
people go to the next level.
And
And
that's
we've
great
been,
for going into 2022, goal
sure,
setting. Yeah,
sure.
that's great. But this is good. What else would you want to feature? I see scheduler calls. If persons want to
Yep,
talk to you and David, they can schedule a call. Is this for free?
yep. Those are
And
free
for how
calls.
many minutes is it?
We usually go about 30.
Hmm. Okay, that sounds good. That sounds
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, and they also get another solution framework. So you just shared the plan on the episode here with me, and now you're sharing the
Hmm.
solution framework.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I love acronyms.
Yes, it does. It does makes the whole processing simpler, and you don't have to
Right,
overthink the process.
right.
Well, Dana, I thank you so much for being here and for sharing the nuggets with me and encouraging persons, both male and female, to be able to rest and refuel, but especially the woman. I know the woman in particular because I'm speaking to myself. You just keep going and going, and you really have to take a time out and say, I deserve this. I
That's
deserve this, and I need the time into myself. I can't continue giving the best of me if I don't pour into myself. And just take
that's
time
right.
out. You deserve it. You're obligated to yourself to do it. Yeah, and it doesn't matter what anybody
Yes,
else says. It Their
yes.
opinion doesn't matter. So
You will
thank you
only
so much.
be, yep,
Yeah,
you'll just get better. Anytime you can rest and refuel, you'll
yeah.
just make yourself all the better and how much better you can serve others. So
That's it in a nutshell. Thank you so much, Dana, for being on Between the Lines.
I appreciate having me. Thank you.